My oldest niece graduated from university, so I took her to New York for a long weekend to celebrate. I also got her TSA pre-check, so she wouldn't have to wait in the normal security line alone, because I certainly wasn't going to sacrifice my pre-check for her. I like to mobile order Starbucks while we're on the tram to our terminal, so it's ready for pickup when we get there. Can you tell yet that I like to avoid lines? We arrived in New York Thursday afternoon, dropped off our luggage, and headed out to do some exploring. I had a Zoom French class at 6 that we needed to be back for, so we had a few hours to kill. Since we were staying in the financial district, we headed up to see the Fearless Girl statue that's now across from the New York Stock Exchange. My niece is a barista, so we headed to the Starbucks Reserve to grab a drink, then took a walk through Chelsea Market. From there, we went to the little island and took a break in the amphitheater and enjoyed the view. That evening, we headed to the Parkside Lounge in the East Village to see the comedy show that my friend Melissa Rich co-hosts. Check her out, she's hilarious. The lineup was highly entertaining, and we were also lucky enough to see Larry Owens perform. We had a great time and laughed a lot, and afterwards they had karaoke. We didn't participate, but we enjoyed brave people that got up on that mic. And it wouldn't be a full New York experience without waiting for your Uber surrounded by piles of trash. No rat sightings, though. I like to stay in the financial district. There's great access to multiple subway lines, and it's much quieter at night. You usually get rooms with views of neighboring buildings in the city, but we were lucky enough to at least have some murals painted on the walls outside our room. I'm a Hilton girl, so we stayed at the Hilton Doubletree. It's a good hotel. My only complaint would be how slow the elevators are. I've stayed here before, so I knew to get a lower floor because of this. On Friday, we slept in and ordered gluten-free bagel sandwiches from Rodham Bread and Bagel. Wowza, 10 out of 10 recommend. Then we headed up to the farmers market at Union Square and then to the Strand bookstore. My niece wanted to see NYU, so we walked down towards Washington Square Park and made a quick stop to one of my favorite secret gems of New York City, the Washington Mews. These old carriage houses are now NYU offices, but I love how it feels like taking a step back in time when you're here. From there, we checked out Washington Square Park, where lots of NYU graduates were taking pictures. Then on to the West Village to pick up a book I ordered from a small independent bookstore. Hashtag shop small. If you like Sex in the City, then look up Dan Clay. He recreates Carrie Bradshaw's looks. He's amazing. He also wrote his first book, which is what I went to pick up. From there, we went to Greenwich Village to check out the Stonewall Inn and the National Stonewall Monument. We walked around some more and ended up by the Friends apartment. I wasn't a big fan of Friends, but we were in the neighborhood, so we stopped by. After that, we went back to the hotel to rest and recharge. Then we took a nice walk along the East River down to South Street Seaport, another one of my favorite hidden gems. The area hasn't been leveled and replaced with skyscrapers, and I love the cobblestone streets. There are a lot of nice bars and restaurants, including one of my favorite bakeries, a Brazilian place called Cafe Patoro. There's also a Titanic Memorial, since somewhere around here was where it was supposed to dock if it had actually made it. I love these old brick buildings. Also in Seaport is the Tin Building with lots of food options. We decided on these gluten-free crepes that were amazing. We were pretty pooped, so we decided to head back, but not before taking a break and enjoying the views along the water. Saturday was the only day of our trip where it was expected to rain all day, so we headed up to the Met so we could see the Karl Lagerfeld exhibit. My niece has never been to the Met, so we checked out all the stuff she wanted to see. Also, hot tip, go early and buy your tickets before you get there because the lines to get in are very long. We did that and we were able to enter at the 81st Street entrance that says for members. We rocked right in, but by the time we left, the line for that entrance was just as long as the lines for the main entrance. From there, we headed down to the Empire State Building to check out the new Starbucks Reserve there. My niece really enjoyed that. It was bigger than the one by Chelsea Market, and they had a special espresso machine that is the only one in the world. We went down to the basement to try some exclusive beverages. It was a very nice experience. Then it was back on the train to get some rest. Then we went to get some delicious cauliflower crust pizza at Marinaras. Sunday was a beautiful and warm day, great for lots of exploring on foot. First, we stopped in Little Paris so I could pick up my school books for my next French class. Then it was on to Elizabeth Street Garden, which is a small community garden and green space. It's a peaceful, tranquil space in the middle of a bunch of buildings. So if you walk past it too quickly, you'll completely miss it. The city wants to build housing there, but people are fighting back. I love coming here. They were working on the green spaces, but we were lucky enough to snag some chairs and rest. After that, we decided to find some lunch and came upon Black Seed Bagels on Elizabeth Street that also had gluten-free bagels. Then it was over to Chinatown to see a mural of one of my favorite French artists, Angèle. From there, it was on to Doyer Street. I was glad to see that the mural on the street had been repainted since the last time I was there. The sharp bend in the street made it wildly dangerous for gangs, but now it's definitely a tourist attraction. We did some more walking in Chinatown and Little Italy before heading back downtown and grabbing a bite before calling it a night. We were heading home on Monday, so I got up early to head down to Cafe Patoro in Seaport and to enjoy the view one last time. We had some time to kill before heading to the airport, so we decided to jump on the Staten Island ferry, which is free and runs every 30 minutes, all day and night, and every 15 minutes in the morning and during rush hour. You get some amazing views of Manhattan, and it takes you right by the Statue of Liberty. Did I mention that it's free? It's also pretty amazing at night. Going away from the city when it's all lit up is quite the sight to see. When you dock on Staten Island, you need to hustle if you want to catch the next ferry to get back to Manhattan. Otherwise, you'll be waiting for 30 minutes for the next one. Well, that was our trip. I've been to New York tons of times, so leave any questions in the comments. I've done a lot of exploring and have a long list of ideas.